All right, welcome. So in the last video for Audacity, I showed you kind of how to put your audio in, and this was me kind of going through it and explaining it. If you're reading a book or you wanted to put some audio into something, this would be a great thing to use. Also, if your kids are doing presentations or podcast or anything like that, this is very similar to GarageBand. I know Apple uses GarageBand, which is great. We'll get to GarageBand later. You'll actually see it under the GarageBand page on this website. So as I go through, I can go through and I can manipulate my tracks, but I'm just trying to do this as easy as possible. Let's pretend I did my reading here. If I want to go in and clean things up, all right, I have a slight pause here. You can see where there was a pause. Let me kind of go back and listen to it. I had a little breath in there. If I want to take it out, I'm just going to hold down and click, and I am going to widen this out, and I simply click delete. Now it takes it out. So that's how I can add my audio. Now let's say I make a mistake and I accidentally took that out and I want to undo. Your undo button is right here, and then I can undo it, but I'm going to take it out. So I could go in and do that. I know I mentioned to you earlier about how I had trained sound effects and things like that. You can go in and you can add a track for that, but you can also make a lot of this louder, smaller. You can fade in and you can fade out, and that tool is right here. It's the envelope tool. So what I do is I can create little dots here. Say a dot here and here, here. And what I want to do is I want to fade this stuff out so you can see how I am able to widen, and then it kind of fades it in. And all I'm doing is I'm clicking on it, and I can roll it out like this. And then that's kind of the way I do it. But you can see that it kind of fades it, and it's a little bit smaller. So it starts off really loud, and then it gets quiet. So let's take a listen. Oop, go back to my tool here. So you see how it fades up really high here. So that's the envelope tool, which is really cool. You just go in and do your dots, and you can play around with it. And you're going to have to constantly play, stop, replay until you get the sound that you want. I still think this was a little too loud, but that's okay just for this demonstration. Now, a big thing is a lot of us as teachers, we have the air conditioner running behind us. We have a lot of background noise. It could be students walking in the hallway. Well, there's an easy way to get rid of a lot of that background noise. What I'm going to do is I'm going to highlight this whole recording. I'm going to go to Effect, and then I'm going to go to Noise Reduction. So again, highlight the whole thing, go to Effect, go to Noise Reduction. I want to get a noise profile. The reason I highlighted it is because I want to get a noise profile out of all that. So I get my noise profile out of that whole highlighted thing. It's still highlighted. Click Effect, Noise Reduction. Now I'll click OK. See, it takes a lot of that noise reduction out. So it takes a lot of that background noise out, like my squeaky chair here. Could be the air conditioner in your classroom or students walking down the hallway. It takes a lot of that background noise out. So that's probably the most useful one in here. There you can see there are a ton. You can amplify, bass, treble. You can do all kinds of stuff. But just for the simple recordings now, you'll want to be able to use your envelope tool, and you'll also want to be able to use that noise reduction. Thanks.